Over 100 years ago, a congregation worked, scrimped, and saved and sacrificially made a building and a ministry at Plaza Olvera. Over 50 years ago, our government took that building with the promise that that congregation would have a home. Now that promised heritage is in jeopardy. Current negotiations for a new lease are in an impasse, and the rate structure being proposed by the representatives of the city is untenable for the congregation. The city attorney, I understand, is saying that the church must be treated as other businesses, or the city faces a problem with the separation of church and state. I don't know where that issue was over 50 years ago when the state took the church, but at this moment, moving forward, it might surprise you to hear that I agree in part with the city attorney. That is to say that our legal advisors are telling us that the church should be treated as any other non-profit business. The city has many leases for $1 per year with lots of nonprofits. Many of those nonprofits are run by churches. And so for the work that we do, for the well-being of our city, we don't believe we should have to pay a market rate. Is the city going to renegotiate all nonprofit leases to be in line with market rates? If not, then the city is singling out La Plaza United Methodist Church to enact a lease that would be onerous for this congregation.
The issue is a flat fee for use of the facility for religious activities. We do not believe, the second issue is we do not believe we should be charged to provide social services that provide for community benefit. Third, the term that is proposed currently by the city is a 5 and 5. That is unacceptable for a church and also for a nonprofit organization to secure funding or to even be present in the community.
Under the current agreement that we have now, we are somewhat dismayed that our own bishop cannot schedule a meeting in our church because she's not a member of the local church. She's the leader of our denomination. We're also dismayed that tomorrow, when we were going to have Father Estrada across the street at the La Placita Catholic Church use our building for an event there, we were not able to use it under the local agreement because he is not a member of the local church. We see ourselves as Christians doing the work of Jesus, where your city people would call it fee for service, pay to pray.
1946, the state of California used its power of eminent domain to buy that property for historical, cultural preservation purposes. They then made a 50-year lease with the La Plaza Church and with some of the other nonprofits on that Olivera Street. And I want to propose to City Council that they seriously consider that the land was demanded by the state and that these organizations, these nonprofits, and especially La Plaza Church, be given another 50-year lease at a value of $1 a year. And then I propose that we allow this entity from 100 years or more, Olivera Street, basically to be developed on the terms of those organizations, that church, not on the terms of the large real estate investment funds that see that land next to the Union Station and want it according to the single standard of market value. One of the negotiating things that I think is rather ridiculous is that they're calling for La Plaza Church to charge $3,000 for a baptism. I simply say that there are other values in this city rather than making some developers richer.
And you will see people that they need spiritual guidance because of the economic times and tough times, and they need a place to go. That's the history of both churches there. We belong there, and we want to do our business, and we don't want developers getting in the way because they see to develop a hotel at that site So I'm here to support.
Methodist churches throughout Los Angeles area do not plan to make it our policy to charge the city of Los Angeles fees for the many countless hours of social services we provide for its residents on a daily basis and have been for over 100 years. Don't worry, these services will continue and the city will not pay.
With regards to the incremental fee structure the church would impose on us, I got to ask you, what would you have us charge a grieving mother who comes to the church for counsel, or a person, or probably one of your constituents or stakeholders who comes to our church for history of the city and El Pueblo, or a baptism, or copies of many historical photos we have? What would you have us charge for those? Because we don't have an a la carte menu. No church has.
Our activities ultimately help the community at large and must continue unabated by the prohibitive per-use fee structure advocated by the city negotiators.
As a Muslim and as a proud citizen of a diverse city of Los Angeles, I ask that you revisit the decision that's being made and grant La Plaza a long-term lease at an affordable flat monthly fee. I thank you for giving time to us.